In the heart of Silesia, Poland, stand the Churches of Peace in Jawor and Świdnica. These huge wooden churches are monuments to religious tolerance. Built in the mid-1600s, they are more than just churches. They are powerful symbols of peace and reconciliation. Recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the Churches of Peace offer a unique look into European history and amazing architecture. They remind us that even in dark times, hope and unity can win. Besides their history, the Churches of Peace are amazing buildings. Only wood, sand, straw, and clay were allowed in their construction. The result? Two of the largest wooden religious buildings in Europe, each holding thousands of people. Every surface is decorated with colorful paintings, detailed carvings, and fancy galleries. To understand the Churches of Peace, we need to go back to the 1600s. Europe was in the middle of the 30 Years' War. This terrible war, fueled by religion and politics, tore the continent apart. Catholics and Protestants fought, leaving lots of destruction. The Holy Roman Empire, made up of many small states, was at the center of this trouble. Silesia, then part of the Holy Roman Empire, was ruled by the Habsburg emperors. They were strong Catholics, but many people in Silesia were Protestant. When the Habsburgs tried to force Catholicism on them, it caused a huge problem. The 30 Years' War started in 1618, and Silesia became a battleground. After 30 years of brutal war, Europe was tired and really wanted peace. The Treaty of Westphalia was signed in 1648. This important agreement aimed to stop the fighting and redraw the religious map of Europe. The treaty allowed Lutherans in Silesia under Habsburg rule to practice their religion. But there were rules. The Habsburgs said they could only build churches with wood, loam, sand, and straw. These Churches of Peace showed both the limits placed on them and the strength of their faith. Even with the restrictions, the Protestants of Jawor and Świdnica put their hearts into building their Churches of Peace. These buildings were more than just churches. They were strong symbols of their hard-won religious freedom. The churches quickly became centers of community life, offering comfort and hope to people tired of war. They have survived wars, fires, and political changes. Today, they are lasting symbols of religious tolerance and the human spirit's ability to find peace and rebuild. Imagine going back in time to the 1600s. Picture a huge construction site busy with activity. Hundreds of skilled carpenters shaping and putting together giant wooden beams. These churches, made entirely of wood, show the cleverness and skill of the time. The Habsburg rulers made them use wood, but the builders turned this rule into an opportunity. They created amazing buildings that celebrated the beauty and strength of wood. The Church of Peace in Świdnica, the larger of the two, can hold over 7,000 people. Its huge wooden frame, held together without any nails, is an engineering marvel. The complex network of beams makes it feel light and open. Stepping inside the Churches of Peace is like entering a huge, bright cave. There are no pillars inside, creating a wide-open space that draws your eyes up to the high wooden ceilings. Many levels of galleries, also made of wood, go around the inside, providing more seats. These galleries, decorated with detailed carvings and paintings, add to the grand feeling. The large inside spaces were designed to make you feel awe and wonder. Many windows fill the inside with natural light. This creates a feeling of openness and connection with the outside. The way the light and shadows change throughout the day makes the inside spaces come alive. The outside of the Churches of Peace may look simple, but their insides are full of exciting Baroque decorations. Every surface is covered with colorful paintings, detailed carvings, and fancy decorations. The Baroque style, which is dramatic, emotional, and grand, found a perfect home in these large spaces. Skilled artists and craftsmen turned these wooden buildings into amazing displays of religious art and symbols. The painted ceilings are a highlight. Scenes from the Bible and pictures of saints cover every inch of the ceiling. The churches of peace in Jawor and Świdnica are more than just amazing buildings. They are a big part of Silesia's culture. They are powerful symbols of resilience, reminding us of the region's difficult past and the strong spirit of its people. For centuries, these churches have been beacons of hope and strength for the local communities. The Protestants, who had suffered persecution and hardship, found comfort and strength inside their new churches of peace. These buildings became strong symbols of their hard-won freedom and their determination to rebuild their lives. The churches quickly became centers of community life, hosting not only church services but also social gatherings. They were also places of learning, with schools often located inside. The churches of peace have seen centuries of change and upheaval in Silesia. They have survived wars, fires, political changes, and the ups and downs of history. Through it all, they have remained strong symbols of faith, providing continuity and comfort to generations of worshippers. The Protestants found creative ways to express their faith inside these wooden walls. Fancy altarpieces, detailed carvings, and bright paintings made the insides dazzling displays of religious devotion. Over the centuries, local craftspeople have carefully maintained and restored the churches of peace. This shows how important they are to the community. Today, the churches of peace in Jawor and Świdnica are strong symbols of religious tolerance and reconciliation. They remind us of a time when Europe was torn apart by religious conflict and offer a message of hope and understanding for today. They encourage dialogue and respect between different religions, promoting a more harmonious and inclusive society. The churches of peace represent an important moment in European history. They show the change towards religious tolerance and the acceptance of different faiths. In a world often divided by religion and culture, the churches of peace offer a beacon of hope. In the heart of Poland, the churches of peace in Jawor and Świdnica stand as testaments to history, faith, and amazing architecture. These remarkable buildings, made entirely of wood, are on the prestigious UNESCO World Heritage List. This important recognition, given in 2001, acknowledges their outstanding universal value and their importance to the world's cultural heritage. Poland, as the caretaker of these extraordinary churches, has promised to protect their authenticity and integrity. The UNESCO designation recognizes the churches of peace as exceptional examples of an important time in human history. The churches of peace in Jawor and Świdnica earned their place on the UNESCO World Heritage List by meeting several key requirements. One is that they represent a masterpiece of human creative genius. These churches, built entirely of wood without nails, show the exceptional skill and cleverness of the 17th century carpenters. The sheer size of these wooden structures and their complex timber framing are amazing. Also, the churches of peace are an outstanding example of a type of building that shows an important time in human history. Their construction reflects the changing relationship between religious freedom and political power in 17th century Europe. Being on the UNESCO World Heritage List means not only recognition, but also a shared responsibility to protect and preserve these irreplaceable sites for future generations. Poland, as the caretaker of the churches of peace, has promised to ensure their long-term conservation. Preserving these magnificent wooden structures requires ongoing maintenance and conservation. Regular inspections, careful repairs using traditional techniques, and preventative measures are essential. It is also important to preserve the intangible heritage associated with the churches of peace. This includes the traditional craftsmanship, religious practices, and stories passed down through generations. By protecting both the physical buildings and the intangible heritage, we ensure their rich history continues to be important. Local organizations, volunteers, and craftspeople work with heritage professionals to ensure these architectural treasures continue to inspire. While the size and grandeur of the churches of peace are impressive, it's the small details that truly capture the curious visitor. Hidden within these vast wooden spaces are special treasures, each with a story to tell. Look closely, and you'll discover intricate carvings, each one a testament to the craftsmanship of a bygone era. The pews themselves are more than just places to sit. Many are decorated with family crests and inscriptions, hints of the lives lived and the faith held by past generations. These personal touches remind us that the churches of peace were not just grand structures, but personal spaces where individual lives intersected with history. One of the most striking features of the Jawor Church of Peace is the princely box. This elaborately decorated balcony, reserved for the local nobility, shows the church's connection to the region's political elite. In Świdnica, don't miss the massive pipe organ, a masterpiece of Baroque design with over 2,000 pipes. The churches of peace are more than just museums. They are living spaces that whisper stories of the past. Look closely at the walls, and you'll see traces of history etched into the very fabric of the buildings. In Jawor, look for the marks left by the carpenters who built the church. These seemingly small scratches and symbols, hidden for centuries, offer a glimpse into the construction process and the lives of the men who built this wooden marvel. The churches also show the changing fortunes of the region. Scars from fires, reminders of past conflicts, and layers of paint revealing different architectural styles all tell a story of resilience and adaptation. These imperfections, far from detracting from the church's beauty, add to their authenticity and historical significance. One particularly sad reminder of the past can be found in Świdnica. During World War II, the Nazis used the church as a storage facility. Today, faint traces of the slogans and symbols painted on the walls during that dark period serve as a chilling reminder of how fragile peace is and how important it is to fight against intolerance. The churches of peace are not relics of the past. They are vibrant centers of community life, still active in the 21st century. Step inside, and you'll find that these historic spaces are still filled with life, faith, and a deep connection to the past. Today, the churches host a variety of events, from church services and concerts to exhibitions and community gatherings. The sound of music, laughter, and prayer echoes through the vast spaces, just as it has for centuries. The churches of peace have become symbols of interfaith dialogue and cooperation. They host ecumenical services, bringing together people of different faiths to celebrate their shared humanity and promote understanding. The local communities are very proud of their churches of peace. Volunteers spend countless hours preserving these architectural treasures, ensuring that future generations can experience the awe-inspiring beauty and historical significance of these wooden giants. Visiting the churches of peace is more than just sightseeing. It's a journey through time, a chance to connect with the past, and a reminder of the enduring power of faith, resilience, and the human spirit. The churches of peace in Jawor and Świdnica, Poland, are more than just amazing buildings. They are powerful symbols of peace, resilience, and the enduring spirit of faith. Born from conflict and built by a community that wanted harmony, these massive wooden structures show the power of hope and reconciliation. Their place on the UNESCO World Heritage List ensures their protection and reminds the world that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can win. As we marvel at their intricate details, feel the weight of history within their wooden walls, and witness their continued role in the life of the community, we are reminded that the pursuit of peace and understanding is important, a journey that echoes through the centuries and is important in our own time.